President Obama's speech at the Democratic Convention was certainly an outstanding oratory on his part. I was extremely impressed with the president understanding the complexity of the issues that we're confronted with in this country, understanding the condition that the country was in when he assumed the presidency, understanding what had to happen in terms of structural change and what they had to implement just to make sure that this country would survive and also keep its impact in the world. I was also impressed with the president's speech in understanding the needs and the wants of the middle class working people when they talk about health care and talk about jobs and other issues that they had to confront. But as you well know, when you're trying to make change, it is very difficult, particularly when you're dealing with institutional and structural changes. Just try to change in your church and see how difficult it is, or in your business, or take a city, or just your home sometime. It takes some time to do it. And it's amazing that we can lay a complexity of issues on the plate of the president and then want him to solve those issues within a very short period of time. Now, they say patience, we've been waiting. Are we better off than we were 4 years ago? Well, if we're better off than we were 4 years ago because the country would have been bankrupt if he hadn't moved and done something. So the question is, as we go forward and as the president outlines his vision, that we keep our position in the world, we improve our job situation, we make sure people got health care, we make sure that all these financial institutions that receive money from the federal government actually loan money to the people. And we make sure that those resources get down. One of the problems the president has is that many of the programs that he funded never got down to the people because there was a layer of institutions that were in the middle that made sure that once they got a break, they would not give the people a break. So then it would reflect back on the president. So all I'm saying is that I'm excited about where we're going, but it all gets down to, are we going to vote? How excited are you about going to vote? Are you going to vote? The statistic says 62% of the Republicans are excited about voting. Only 56% of the Democrats are excited about voting. If we don't go vote, if we don't stand up, then we are bound to have a new president. But if we get out and vote and do what you're supposed to do, that's what these conventions are for, to clarify policy, clarify vision, clarify where we ought to go, and to motivate the troops to go home and register grandmother and get granddaddy and get their children to go and vote. It is vitally important that we show that we can go into action and we can actually vote. This is what the issue is. It's not about who and there. It's a lot of issues that are on the table, a lot of direction, and we're talking about fundamental change in America. I ask you, are you going to vote?